steel, blades collide. Through the storm, dwarves abide. Minds of fire, the earth will quake. Axes high, shadows deep. None shall rise when mountains break. Blood on steel, blades collide. Through the storm, dwarves abide. Minds of fire, forged in flake. Ravens cry, desperate tide. Enemies fall, no place to hide. Legends carved in stone, our name. Through the iron gates we stride. Fearless hearts with honor tied. Through the iron gates we stride. Fearless hearts with honor tied. Through the iron gates we stride. Never name. Legends tied. When mountains break.
All right. Well, hello. How are you doing this Saturday? It's very good to see everybody out here hanging out and having a good time. Man, we have had some technical difficulties, I think, but we're getting past it. We're working through it. It's gonna be okay. So, welcome in everybody. How y'all doing? It's good to see you. It is another edition of DnD Shenanigans right here on EOD 696 and the DnD Shenanigans 696 channel. Please do check that out on YouTube if you haven't yet. And you know what we're doing here is just trying to have a good time playing D&D, man. And it's been such a great fucking time. I mean, what have our guys done? I was just talking to Amigad earlier tonight about how his guys went and they they didn't have a very good time in Nomengard, but then they did have a really good time in Mountain Stowe Gold Mine. So I was like, no, our guys killed everybody in Mountain Stowe Gold Mine, and what we did in Nomengard was like a whole different thing. It was really kind of cool to think about it for just a little bit, you know. Different groups pursue things in very different ways, and what you make of it as a group is like its whole own dealy bob. And I think that's what we've been doing here. It's been a fucking journey, but we're getting very close to the end of it, and I'm concerned about where do we go from here. So I've petitioned for suggestions in the Discord. If you haven't looked yet, please check out the Discord and let me know what you want to see. What do you want to see happen? Okay. Do we go to this town and fuck all those people up, or do we go to this town and help all of those people and give them, you know, a great boons and a good energy, right? At the end of the day, it's really a collaborative effort, and figuring that out has been a journey. It's been as much a journey for me as it has been for everybody who's participating in it, I'll tell you that. And we're having a really good time doing it. So speaking of who's participating within it, we have Abe Dinkus and Heavyfisted on the line. So let's jump in and see what those fuckers are talking about. Alright. Alright, what the fuck is up? How you guys doing? Oh no. Okay, hold on just a minute. Yeah, I believe that'll do it. Alright. So, say again, Abe.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. Was that like too loud or too quiet or something?
No, I had the wrong I had the wrong output device selected within Discord. It's a little bit difficult to describe, but
Yeah.
that's essentially it. Yeah, well, that was in the right output module. So. Oh my goodness sakes! I'm sorry, y'all. So what I realized when I went back and I looked over the previous session was that me having the sound come out of the speakers was echoing through my my microphone. And part of this is because of my heater, which I normally don't have running until, you know, the winter months. So now we're in the winter months, so it's running. And now I have this terrible fucking echo coming through my microphone. So I've solved that by putting on headphones. That's how we do that.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was your computer when you said heater. I had to kind of sounded like a ground loop going.
I mean, maybe a little bit. The computer definitely contributes to the heat in the room. I'm sure of it. Oh shit. Well, okay. So you guys, okay. So I've said in the party group chat that I'm not sure where to go from here. Like, we're getting to a point where, like, we're coming up on the end of what's available within the module and what's available in what I've planned for the campaign so far. So, like, I was wondering, you know, what do you guys think we ought to do from here? But
Well, we faced a dragon so far. There could be other dragons. We faced a vampire. There could be further vampire incursions.
We still haven't handled the orc situation in the mountains,
that's true.
which can also include orcs and dragons.
Yeah. And, you know, there's the whole thing of this is a huge conspiracy, and there could be any number of groups connected to the original group of the Zentarum or whoever they are.
I don't remember. Did we kill the fucking drow bitch?
Yeah, we killed the drow bitch.
There's also that angle. Drows are coming after somebody who shows up every once in a while.
Well, they're coming after you specifically.
Oh, I'm talking about storyline with him.
With Remmy?
No. Road Rash Penis.
Oh, shit, fire. Yeah, well, they seem to come after him, lovely. It's just
I mean,
little
they
bit.
could. I mean,
That's an idea. No, they're coming after you, Magnus. No, all of the Zents are focused on Magnus right now, as far as I'm concerned.
That's
Hey.
a whole nother thing we could take off on, you know.
hey, as long as they're focused on me, the Brotherhood can just go after them.
Well, that's true.
Special level of hatred there.
So Marion says you should have a drow party kidnap one of the younglings of the ice dragons and blame it on the party.
Oh my gosh.
That's an idea. That's an idea.
I mean, we did kill one of them.
One of who? The ice dragons? Yeah,
Yeah.
you definitely did. But, you know, I mean, that particular ice dragon might have had some offspring coming. I mean, I don't know. You know, I'm just speculating.
Or he might be the weakest in a large clutch.
Gonna say they oftentimes have parents.
Mm.
Yeah, and, you know, a mature dragon would be much more a challenge.
Indeed. As I said, he was a young dragon. He could fit through a porthole size for a man, but he'd probably break apart some of the fucking foundations around the door. But
I mean, you could also work like with the dragon situation. There's also kobolds we haven't touched.
That's true.
And I'm still carrying a magic mushroom that could be anything. We don't even know.
That's true.
For all we know, I'm carrying a god.
You're carrying Marilyn the God in your fucking pouch. I swear to Bob. I just had an encounter with her in Avarice earlier tonight. I don't know what to do with this.
That was a wild one.
Funny if that mushroom grew inside the bag of holding and took it all up.
Oh, goodness sakes. So that's one thing I wanted to do before we got started tonight, was try to figure out what exactly is in the bag of holding.
I don't even remember.
Right, like some of it I definitely have a handle on, but there have been so many
I don't
things.
even know who has it. That person should be the one tracking it.
Well, that would be Abe, but Yar says Sniper Eye Shadow. What's up, Sniper Eye Shadow? It's good to see you, man.
For a second, I think it said Sniper Eye Shadow. I was like,
No.
I mean, technically, if you're camouflaging your face with makeup and shit, like that's eyeshadow.
Well,
No, that's not what Sniper Eye Shadow means.
well, I got one for you. So he's got the mushroom in the bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're in Phandalin, and what happens when a bag of holding ruptures?
Well, it for a moment opens a portal to another fucking dimension where there's no space and no time. But that only lasts for a moment, and then it's gone. Otherwise, if it intersects something that is also doing the same thing, it can create a portal that can last for several moments. So
This is just spitballing, okay? So the mushroom grows, takes over the bag, it ruptures while we're in Phandalin, wipes everything out, everybody dies. All new character creation, we can be memorialized, whatever. We've also got a situation now where Neverwinter is coming to investigate why Phandalin no longer exists.
It's all our fault. Damn.
Okay, well, hold on now.
Fair warning. Fair warning, if we re-roll, I'm bringing my IRL character into this.
Oh, okay. I'll accept that. However, I don't think we're gonna have to re-roll. So let's get back to Phandalin. I want to get back to Phandalin, and then let's see what happens. Okay, that's what I want to say.
That'll be a long-term kind of thing. I'm just, like I said, spitballing.
Hey, that's fucking rough, man. That turns a lot of shit upside down. But that's an idea.
Hello.
Hola, señor. No hablo inglés. Marin says she volunteers as tribute. She wants to turn the game over.
Is my mic doing okay?
No, you're fine. Right now, you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fucking phasing out a little bit there.
Okay. I could turn the noise gate down some, I think, probably.
Up. You want to turn the noise gate up as far as it can be standard to be up. The noise gate being down means it takes less volume in order to engage the noise gate. So you want that to be as at maximum as it possibly can be. Otherwise, like what are you trying to do? You're trying to cut out background noise and shit you don't want in the mic, right? So you want the noise gate to be as wide open as it can be. Yeah, as wide open as you can
I
be.
mean, right, but the higher I turn it, the more it cuts out.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's not right. That's not a noise gate.
How far is the mic from your face?
No. If the noise gate is probably causing a problem, then turn it down. I mean, for sure. But
Well, I mean, if the noise gate is high and you are cutting out, what that means is that like your voice is dipping above and below the noise gate repeatedly, which is why I'm asking how far away is the mic from your face.
Well, I'm wearing the headset right now, so
the mic is a consistent distance from his mouth. Yeah.
I'm not using the boom mic right now. I'm using my headset plugged into my soundboard. So,
Well, but I love that everyone has joined us on this episode of D&D Shenanigans for this fucking troubleshooting experience that we're having right now.
yeah, like every stream I do now.
It happens to
The
me too. It
riveting
happens to me
audio video quality troubleshooting session.
Well, okay, so I mean that's ultimately it. If you turn it up and it gets bad, then turn it down. That's it. Whatever it means by noise gate is apparently not what we're thinking of as a noise gate. So,
And plus, you also have to think that not only do you have, I mean, you've got probably multiple layers of noise gauge, right?
That's true. Do you have Crisp on in Discord?
Sorry, say that again.
Do you have Crisp on in Discord?
No, I have it turned off now. But I think I figured out some of these settings a little bit. The one thing that is good is running my headset. Instead of running my headset through my laptop, it allows me to actually control the noise gate, which means you don't hear me vadering. So I could still use the headset rather than the boom mic, because the boom mic is an overload for the computer. So.
Sure. Yeah, whatever you did seems to have helped a lot. And I know sometimes if you have some sort of other noise gate, or like externals, like mixer board, Crisp can fuck with it because it's trying to duplicate that, and it just doesn't. They don't play well together.
And there's been a couple patches now that if it's off USB, that Windows 11 has been having USB issues.
Really,
Yeah.
Windows 11 having issues? You don't say.
I mean, it's just like, Windows 10, 7, XP, 5.
no man.
Yeah.
Real men use Windows 7. Okay, real men use Windows 7. That's what it's at.
Real men don't use. No.
I can remember problems with all of them.
Humbug.
I've actually had surprisingly very few issues with 10.
Yeah, 10 is probably ultimately I think the underpinnings of Windows 7, 8, and 10 are all the same. And the differences between Windows 7 and 8 are UI. The differences between Windows 8 and 10 are UI. When you get to 10 to 11, it's like, okay, now we're like conscripting special chips in order to monitor you in every fucking aspect of everything you do on the internet, and use AI to analyze that and figure out who you are and where you're going and what you're about. And that's a little weird.
Absolute fucking resource hog. Like,
Yeah.
if you look at a computer and it's just sitting there doing nothing, you open up the task manager and look at the application, it utilizes every goddamn bit of RAM it can. Like,
It'll crash your games out and everything, yeah.
Knock on wood, never had that problem, but then again, I go in and turn all shit tons of stuff. Also block it, the ports. I do everything I can to minimize it.
Like 16 gigs of RAM used to be more than enough for damn near anything.
Yeah,
Now, like, fuck.
hardly.
Windows 11 eats up half of that.
Yep. Welcome to the modern era where we overdo but underdo at the same time.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
some kind of magic we've created where things are so amazing but so shitty all at the same time. It's kind of wild.
It's socialism. That's what it is. It's fucking socialism. That's what it is. It's better for you. Trust us. Oh wait, no, wait a minute. Actually, all your shit sucks more. But you know, at the end of the day, you're contributing to a greater society. So feel better.
Yeah, that's some like Bilderberg fucking New World Order shit.
Yeah, right.
I honestly, I see it a mix of both. Because capitalism kind of is a key facet in this shit, so...
Oh, humbug. If we were purely capitalist, none of this shit would be going the way it is. It would be the absolute best experience for the buck. That's capitalism.
We are far from a capitalist society. Let's be real about that. We are run by a fucking oligarchy.
Huh. I mean, in plenty of ways, yeah. But not all the ways, right?
I think we're given the illusion that we have some sort of freedom.
Oh, we have freedom. Just
And
not all freedom.
I think in reality, we're just presented with choices that they want to give us.
Well, you know, there becomes questions along the way, I think, too. So, like, how much freedom is too much, right?
I mean, it's pretty simple. Don't hurt people, don't force people to do things they don't want to do, and don't steal from people.
Well, then that's not freedom.
That's correct. There should not be unlimited amounts of freedom. There has to be some amount of, hey, don't hurt people.
Mm-hmm. What's hurt?
Don't infringe on other people's freedoms.
Sounds impossible to me.
There has to be some governing body that enforces, here's the agreement that we made as a society, don't do these things to other people, and you violated that.
Who made that agreement as a society?
Some founding governmental property,
So not you.
We talk about the Constitution all the time, but every country has a Constitution. Like, they all
Yeah,
have founding documents.
I'm not disagreeing with
Here's the
that.
basic rules.
I'm totally not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying, you didn't. You were born into a pre-existing agreement.
Actually, I wasn't.
Oh, you weren't born?
Not in America, no.
You would still have been born into a pre-existing agreement, regardless of where you were born. Unfortunately, it is the way of the world. Regardless of where you're born into the pre-existing agreements made by the society that you live in.
Yes, and like, unlike many societies, I have and you know, as much as I complain about, oh, this sucks, our government, fuck our government, right? Like, I still have the right to say, fuck our government, nothing's gonna happen. I still have the right to complain about it, and I still absolutely have the ability to just fucking leave whenever the fuck I feel like it, should I choose to do that.
You think you do?
It's weird when you start. It's weird when you start examining the lines, right? Because I agree with you. You do have every right to cast aspersions upon what does exist, but you also didn't agree to the thing that you're casting aspersions on, as far as its creation. And so then there becomes a weird sidebar where it's like, how justified are people to try to tear it down then if they never actually made the agreement and were born into it? And then you're justifying things that you don't want to see happen. So there's weird lines when you start actually chasing down all of the philosophical entailments of the things that you're a part of without any say from yourself.
Sure, I get what you're saying.
I started with how much freedom's too much freedom, because I think everybody probably disagrees with those lines.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for the most part, not everyone's going to agree on where those lines are. I just think there should be the minimum amount of lines as feasibly possible.
Yeah, but freedom is scary. Freedom is dangerous, and too many people are comfortable with what their life is.
Freedom is dangerous, and that's inherently part of being free.
Well, no, I would say it's less that and more the fact that that freedom has to be defended somehow. And if you want rights to exist, then those rights must also be protected.
Yeah, so the threshold of action versus acceptance.
Yeah, because it's fine to accept and easy to accept, but there has to be an overarching system to make sure that that thing exists. Like you have freedom and you have rights, but you only have those freedoms and those rights so long as something will keep them in place.
Correct. There has to be a governing body that enforces the violation of, said rights.
Right. Otherwise, they don't exist.
I'm not calling for anarchy,
Well, if you want to say anarchy, it's kind of funny. I love the people who are like, might makes right and anarchy, and it's like, but the moment they get treaded on, they want a third party to mitigate, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Well, everybody wants a party to advocate for their ideas. I mean, isn't that what we're about? I mean, I thought so. But
no, anarchists are not. No, anarchists are just like, do whatever you want, and and yes, to your point, Heavy, is at some point they go, okay, well, we have the third party arbitration thing, and it's like, okay, hang on a second. If I'm fucking Blackwater and I can tread on whoever's fucking rights I want because I'm gonna hire the most expensive, best arbitration firm in the world, like, how is that any fucking, like, that's not freedom.
That fails though, because in the end, that third party arbitration only gets you so far. Like, okay, say you and I make a deal, and we've agreed upon who's going to mediate that deal, and that is our government, so to speak, right? They're going to make sure that these deals are well-founded, and they're going to make sure that we both do our part. And then one of us decides we're going to go hire somebody outside of that to take care of and topple the other mediator. It's like that. There's a certain level of, sure, I understand where you're coming from with like the libertarian ideal, but all it takes is one party to opt out and the whole thing falls apart.
well,
I'm not disagreeing with you in that there has to be some sort of body that enforces that.
Right. So the problem is that what we're relying on is the reasonability of human beings to find some moral common ground, right? This is what John Adams talked about. Is that that the United States is fitted for servicing a moral community. It's not fitted for servicing anybody else. People have to be grounded in morals of some kind in order for the United States to work. And the more that we get away from that, the more that we say, men can be women and children can be exposed to pornography and, homosexuality and this and that and the other thing, the less we are, fit to be governed by the Constitution. So, to my mind, this whole idea that the Constitution needs to be ground down and cast out is actually part of the Marxist agenda in order to usurp the United States from the crown seat in the world economy. And they're trying this from several different perspectives, but primarily, what concerns me the most is the idea that somehow we are not moral. I think we are.
The whole morality argument, when it's literally morals can be turned on a dime to excuse whatever action or inaction that you do.
I don't
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think that constitutes morals. I think what you're talking about is false actors using morals to justify their actions, and that is not withstandable. But what is those that follow through on good moral action that have good moral outcome, right? Okay, so George Washington refused to accept more than 2 terms. Right? That was a good moral action with a good moral outcome. And this is part of what defines the United States. This is
He also owned slaves. I mean, and I'm not. All I'm getting at is.
I'm not saying the man was Jesus, okay? I'm not saying the man was fucking perfect.
No. Why is limiting your term good?
Because
if you were good for the job and the people wanted you in the position, why is limiting your term good?
Because we don't need a king. Because we don't need.
That doesn't make you a king. You can't live forever. If the people.
That's correct. And the king did not live forever. And when the king died, what happened? His heir received power regardless of formidability or regardless of effectivism. Okay,
yeah, but you just.
That was a problem. I'm not jumping.
Yes, you jumped from birthright rulership.
I'm criticizing birthright rulership is what I'm doing.
That wasn't the point. The point was, why is it good to limit the terms of a presidency? Like, why is
because
because
there has to be some limit at all, right?
Why? Why? If the people are the ones voting those people.
Okay. So why? Is because just what I laid out about heredity and that type of fucking lineage. Okay.
If it's the
okay. So if there's no limit, then how do we determine who inherits the fucking throne? You see what I'm saying? There has to be a limit.
In the presidency.
There has to be a limit
in the presidency.
Yes.
The people choose
No,
in the presidency.
they don't. No, they're presented with options that are already pre-chosen for them.
Okay, great. Let's go with the original idea that the American people are voting on a presidential placement. So if the American people, through representative democracy, are voting for the president, and the president is then put into the presidency, why is 2 terms better than 3 or 4 terms when the people's will is to continue putting that person in office? Can you explain to me why that's good?
Yes, because again, if there are no limits, there has to be a limit. Not. Can we agree that that limit is arbitrary? Can we agree that the limit is arbitrary? Yes, we can. However, there must be some limit. There must be some limit. Okay, yes. Why? Because without a limit, what you end up with is a hereditary line of lordship. Okay.
Nancy Pelosi proves nothing, by the way, because
my goodness, I'm trying to make a point. Okay, okay. Without a limit, the hereditary fucking lineageship of rule proves false. Okay. Every time
vote that person in, just like they do the president.
No, of course not.
Why? How? Okay.
Okay. What I'm trying to say is that we place limits as Americans on leadership specifically because hereditary lineageship is false. That's it.
You're jumping.
I'm not jumping.
One man. Yes. Listen, EOD. Calm down and listen. I'm talking about being voted into office every 4 years. Why should there be a limit on the people's ability to vote a person into office every 4 years to only 2 rather than 3 or 4 or more? That has nothing to do with the birthing of the next person.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There must be a limit. There must be a limit. And again, I agree that there should be some limit and that the limit is arbitrary.
What time frame and iteration are we talking about? Because originally voting was held to certain people, while now it has changed. So you could have been talking about, if you're talking about right after the revolution, you're looking at a situation where you're establishing a hierarchy of powerful, wealthy men choosing who's going to be sitting at the top versus what occurred here and changed back in the 40s where term limits were established, where more people were able to vote. So it does matter in what time frame.
It's so weird to me to jump straight to like the
You're saying time frame to no time frame. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying, why do we limit it to 2 terms for a president?
2 or 4 or more years is what you said. 2 or 4 or more.
Yeah.
More means no limit.
No, it doesn't. It means you're voting every 4 years regardless. So it shouldn't matter that it's 2 terms. My point is that 2 terms doesn't make any sense. It's an arbitrary thing for no reason. Every man has 1 lifetime to live. If a man is doing a good job and the American people want that person in office a 3rd term or 4th term, it doesn't make sense to limit it to 2 for an arbitrary reason. There is literally not a reason. And you
Yes,
to birth of the next person taking the presidency, which is an impossibility if it's every 4 years.
Impossibility, my foot.
Before you can even run for president.
Impossibility in my foot. What I'm trying to tell you is as a part of what we're trying to avoid is some sort of hereditary fucking hegemony. That's what America is about.
Where's the link? Every 4 years we vote. A person can only live until 80, 90 years old. Where's the link to all of a sudden that person's children now become president when the people are still voting every 4 years?
Okay, no, hold on. Right here, okay? H.W. Bush to G.W. Bush, right there.
They voted. Both of those were voted in by the American people. So
also, they only had 2 terms apiece.
Yeah.
Yes, because of our fucking protections, which you are particularly attacking right now. Why?
You're making no logical sense at all, right?
Why am I not making logical sense? I'm telling you that one hegemony of a particular family over America was thwarted by the very mechanism that you are personally attacking right now.
Do you think that they would have voted for both of those men 4 or 5 times? Or do you think that after Bush's 2nd term, the most recent Bush, after his 2nd term, most people wanted him out of office and would have voted for someone else because the people are the thing that would end that?
You're roboting a little bit. I'll tell you that right now, Abe. But also I'll say that in response to the question that was posed to me, I'll say that the fucking people do wane and wash. And they will falter from time to time, but people with power, with ties to power, gain a lot of traction simply because of that. Okay, and I think that's very true of G.W. Bush, and I think it's very true of Jeb Bush as well, former governor of Florida. So
Bush Sr. only served 2 terms. He played by your rules, and still somehow his son ended up as the president.
Actually,
only 2 terms.
One. Only served 1 term.
You're right. You're right. So even less than a 2-term limit. Okay, so by that same logic, then like Chuck Grassley of Iowa would have he would control all of fucking Iowa with a family lineage because he's been in fucking office for oh, shit. I have no idea. Dude's 90-something years old now, isn't he?
Yeah. My point is part of this term limit philosophy is about stopping, the hegemony of strong families within the country from controlling everything all the fucking time. And
showing you the complete absurdity of the current system. We have a limit on our president, which is a position we're voting on every 4 years, and yet we don't have a limit on all the other offices that people have been in for 50 years. And yet we're completely okay with that system. Nobody's driving for a change in that system.
Oh, yes, they are.
They are.
Oh, yes.
The problem is Congress is the ones that have to it's like you can't be you can't have the criminal be the judge, the jury, and the executioner. And that's exactly what goes on with Congress. And I have argued for a while to have national referendum on Congress on its regulation and oversight, because they will not punish themselves like they should. They will not do the oversight that's necessary. They will not vote the change that's necessary, and they never will until the people basically force them to.
Want the change, but the same people are still in the seats.
Yep, and that goes that threshold of being comfortable in action. And until we reach that point where Congress finally puts it to the people in such a way that the people rise up and demand or literally act for change, it's going to stay that way.
To put it to people, the people have to put it to Congress.
Exactly.
Congress is never going to go, hey, do you want us out of office?
This is what I'm talking about right here. Okay. So what is it? Christian nationalism. Okay. Christian nationalism focuses on this idea that we need a good moral standing in order to maintain the government and whatnot. And so I'm like, okay, great. How do we achieve that? Do we achieve that by ostracizing everybody who's tangentially atheist or non-Christian? Or do we try to fucking embrace people who are actually willing to find some real fucking ground where you can actually fucking do something, like
Christian nationalists even have an awful big problem with Muslims.
Yes, they absolutely fucking will. But what was I going to say? It's all you have to do is try to find the common fucking ground. That's it. That's what politics is finding the common ground, and then arguing from that fucking point. And then, like, there's a way to fucking do this where you have a lot more people than just Orthodox Christians fucking pushing this thing. So, like, I'm trying to get people to fucking understand that, but they're not listening to me for the most part because I'm a Protestant.
Well, I'm a Protestant, EOD.
Well, by fucking God, I think that there is something more to it than what a lot of the Orthodox leaders are trying to fucking say in the political fucking space in regard to that. That's it. That's what I'll say. But
I agree with you that bridges have to be built, and you know me, that's kind of been my mission in the first place. But in order to build those bridges, you have to first get people to see eye to eye on things, and so long as either side is unwilling to budge, which both are unwilling to budge in the most crazy ways,
sometimes
you have to ask yourself, how do you find a way? Because as it currently stands, there is groups that don't want any secularism at all, and there's parts that don't want any Christianity at all, or any religious drive for their moral virtues. So, like, where is the middle ground? Yes, there's people that are pushing for that bridge building, but there's also people pushing against building any bridges whatsoever.
Yeah, I hate that. I think all we should be doing is building bridges. I think that's all what community building should be, is just building bridges. And some folks like cokehead dusty balls are like, you know what, let's burn them and then see what happens. So fuck that fucking methodology, man. I don't know what to say about it.
Some bridges need to be burned.
True.
Yeah, well, okay, so the Pope said Allah is the God of Catholicism. Okay, so, I mean, I guess we can talk about that a little bit. I'm not a Catholic. Abe's not a Catholic, so this is not a good position for us to defend, but Allah is not God. I don't know what else to say.
I mean the word means God, but...
Me sitting here in America, and yes, I'm close to being called an atheist, fuck what the Pope thinks. He's not voted for. Sorry.
Yeah.
Well, he is, just not
He
by
is
people.
just, correct.
Not for
It's not
America. Not by Americans. Sorry.
So
Alright.
the Pope is an
Yeah.
American.
I'm just saying you don't want to build
Technically.
like you. Okay, for instance, we don't want to build bridges with like the Islamic Caliphate, for instance, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you also don't want to. I don't know. It's such a. We're in such a weird boat at this point.
So if you want to go down the historical route of it, if you look at the division of Abrahamic religions, technically yes, they all diverge from the same deity. They just all have different versions of timelines and who is and isn't a prophet and what has and hasn't happened yet. And by that I mean in particular, like Jews don't believe that the Messiah has cut or that the Messiah has yet to come. They all diverge from the same point.
Kind of. Only kind of. If you twist the entirety of the origin stories, you kind of twist the entirety of the thing. So, because we could agree with the Torah, with say like Judaism, but Islam will not. They have a completely twisted, different version of what actually happened in that same timeline. So.
I just mean academically, not if you read the Quran, not if you read the Bible. I mean just straight up what is known historically. They all split.
I'm just
That
saying
one-
if you take two stories, right, and all the names of the people are the same, but the stories are different, it doesn't make them the same story. That's all I'm saying. And I agree with you. That's why they call them Abrahamic religions. But just because they're Abrahamic doesn't mean they're saying it's the same Abraham. Because
Oh, that's why they're Abrahamic religions, and they all split at Abraham
No,
and his sons. Like that's
we don't recognize the same recounting of Abraham. That's it.
it's real crazy.
I mean, sects within Christianity don't either. And also Muslim religion. I mean,
Well, okay. So, again, when you say
true. If you look at the Shia and the Sunnis, they fucking hate each other.
when you say sects of Christianity don't agree on Abraham, you're lumping particular groups who are not particularly Christian into Christianity, I think.
I mean, the whole thing. I mean, you look at the scrolls that's found from different sects of Christianity that's not in the Bible or wasn't taken into the Bible. I mean, there's so many
Like-
aspects of Christianity that vary and that's not agreed upon.
Like a lot of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes, there's some disagreement. That's true.
Okay, I would say this. I would say the only time you see this is when it's like things that have stepped completely out. Like they take away the full divinity of Christ, they take away those kinds of things. They fall away from Christianity at that point, in my opinion.
Yes.
And the one thing that is consistent in like mainline Christianity, whether it's Protestant, Catholic, or Orthodox, is that through line of Christ's divinity. If you take any group that's like Mormonism or Jehovah's Witness, they've now changed the entirety of that, and it's changed the meaning of the thing.
Yes.
What do you
And
mean?
so
Jesus
any-
was totally here in America.
Okay, so anytime you okay, so basically with Mormonism, you could say it doesn't track with mainline Christianity because they're saying that God, the Father, was also a person at some point, and he became a god, and then Jesus is his son, and so is Satan, and they are brothers, and all these things that take away the actual divinity of Christ, because you're also a god, and you'll have your own planet one day, and so that doesn't actually fit in with any precept of Christianity. It's a complete
Hey, we're all
offshoot,
going into beer
strange, different thing. Same is true for Jehovah's Witness, and so that doesn't make it fall into Christianity. Again, this comes down to the thing I said earlier. Just because you have a story with the same names but different beliefs doesn't make it the same thing.
Yeah.
And the same is true for Islam. You have this religion that comes about 700 years after the death and crucifixion and resurrection of Christ, and they take all of these precepts and scriptures and they say that they all are the same as ours, but they have a completely different interpretation, a completely different story and meaning. it's the same as, say, Mormonism. They're a thing that took the mainline story and twisted or changed huge portions of it to fit a different new narrative. And I could see, Heavy, where you're saying that there are sects of Christianity that don't agree, but the through line of biblical accounts is still the same in Protestant Christianity, Orthodox Christianity, and Catholicism. Now, we would disagree on certain pieces of doctrine. The papacy is complete heresy according to Orthodoxy and Protestantism. Only Catholicism holds to it. So it's a complete thing standing apart and separate. But we still all believe on the divinity of Christ, and we still all believe, like, the Torah's storyline. We still believe the prophets who came in the late Old Testament. We believe in the birth of Christ and his disciples, and the discipleship moving forward into the church era. So all of those things would be agreed upon by Protestant Christianity, Catholicism, and Orthodoxy. They will not be agreed upon by Jehovah's Witness, Mormonism, or Islam. So
Hey, EOD,
that's where the difference becomes.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yeah.
So you don't have to have extra work. Do we want to just kill the DnD Shenanigans stream?
I'm sorry.
Well, on the DnD Shenanigans channel. That was my only...
I mean, at this point it's 10 o'clock and we have no idea where race cover is.
Yeah. I hope it's okay. He usually likes these things. Right?
Shit, I'll go get another beer and hang out and bullshit.
All right.
Some chips. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I'll go
okay.
pee and
So-
get another beer.
What do I call this? This is the political shenanigans fucking stream, apparently. And we're talking about how how the Christian God is separate from Islam. But and I love it to a certain extent. I'm here for it. But I hope you guys will continue to follow us and hang out for a little bit. We'll come back on DnD Shenanigans when we get